Hi everyone, this is Adriana talking on our next podcast. What I'd like to talk about today actually is our obsession with image. And I'm sure we can all identify with this. You know, our ego's two golden rules. What's in it for me and how do I look? So let's have a chat about this obsessional aspect of our human personality that's attached, obviously, to looking good. I kind of like to call it the I.S.M Image Sex and Money, the ism of a schISM in our human personality. So let's pause for a moment and really give this some thought as to what we really are all on about in relation to the ism, our attachments to image, sex, and money. How far are we willing to go with our attachments to image, sex, and money? Are we willing to sabotage, for example, our families and friendships to maintain control of our ism? Perhaps even going as far as wiping out and or destroying relationships, or even our fellow men and women. What drives us to behave like this? Are we looking in all the wrong directions to find fulfillment and lasting happiness? What's the matter with us? Are we all really that insecure? And if so, why do we always push away, resist, or even kill what we love and desire? Could it be possible that the cause and the solution be within ourselves? So why don't we start with the I, image, in the ism of this schism? Is it possible that our obsession with image is based in pride, vanity, narcissism? Because of our feelings of lack of self-worth. And when push comes to shove, we feel never good enough, so there is never enough to make us feel good enough. What a dead-end loop. What an entrapment loop. So let's have a look at the obsession with image. Body image, body parts for sexual power and control. So how do we compare? How do we measure up? Too big, too small, too short, too tall, too thin, too fat, too round, too old, etc., etc. How do we measure up in the vanity stakes? Better than, best, more than, not as good as, don't cut it, rock bottom, or top of the range, etc., etc. Do we have the edge mentally in the inferiority complex? I know. In fact, I know it all. I even know more than you. I'm an idiot. I'm hopeless. I'm stupid. I don't make the grade. I'm just useless. There's no hope for me. Vanity. 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 We need to be pumped up, admired, worshipped and adored to feel we are on top. And again, remember the ego's two golden rules. What's in it for me and how do I look? Am I making the right impression? Okay. Next, let's look at the S, sex, in the ism of this schism. Do we use sex for power and control? Do we use sex to sublimate our feelings of insecurity, inadequacy, and for payback? You betcha, sweet Nelly, we do. Sex for the ego boost, to preen our vanity and to give us the ultimate rush, the fix, the narcissistic fix. Sex on the rebound, so we don't have to feel the hurt and pain of a breakup. And of course, in our beloved primal mind, sex for revenge, the ultimate weapon. And of course, sex to market material goods to feed our vanity, and sex for self-gratification. And yes, within the primal mind, sex for the thrill of the kill, our base sexual force, in the thrill of the excitement of the forbidden fruit, with all the adrenaline rush on board, our fix. Finally, the M, money in the ism of the schISM. Money for power and control. And really, when we're talking about this, how much is a human being worth in the survival of the fittest? 0, depending on which country you are born in? 10 cents? 50 cents a day? $6 an hour? Or are we worth $1,000 an hour? And of course, does that make one better than another in human value? And absolutely, how much are we worth in the dollar market? Of course, don't we like to measure our worth with our dollar value? I mean, naturally, how many flat screens do we own? Do we have a television in every room? What cars do we drive? Oh my God, it's only a Holden, not an Audi. Oh dear, I don't even have a car at all. So how many houses, cars, clothes, stocks, shares do we own? While much of the world is starving. I definitely must be worth something even more than you. Of course, my Rolex defines who I am and my value. Have we become that disconnected with ourselves and each other? Perhaps it's worth considering. Beyond the ism, conflicts, inner turmoil, and our fears, perhaps a solution to exiting this loop exists through a process to truly understand how our whole mind works, how our personalities are formed, what motivates us to do what we do, and to behave the way we do and carry on like this, and to implement a methodology that can shift this current mindset so that internally the self-esteem, self-love, boundless compassion of who we all are and the care and support of each other is really the sustainable value and the recipe for happiness. Let's take a moment all together to imagine living together in our world free of fear and no longer acting out of a polarised value system of the survival of the fittest. So thank you for listening, and please have a look at our website and join us in the many ways we have for our programs. Thank you. So visit our website, shiftingparadigm.com.au.